Next up, we have the join tool. So in earlier lessons, we used a command. We did object path join, and that found open ends and joined them together to make a closed path. We can also do the same thing using a tool called the join tool, and we'll see how that works next. We're going to use our direct selection tool, and we're going to click to select this circle to the right here, and then I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And when we're zoomed in, I'm then going to take the scissor tool. That could be nested under the eraser or maybe the knife, depending on what you've last used. But the scissor tool, the shortcut is letter C. So take your scissor tool and move it over the top anchor point. And when we see the word anchor show up, we're going to click there. And we see right up here, it went away, it said shape expanded. That means that it's cut and we have two pieces now. So back with our direct selection tool, we're going to drag the top anchor point up and to the right, something like that. Then we're going to take this other anchor point and drag that up, and when you see that magenta bar so that you know that they're lined up, we can let go. So now we have this open shape that looks like this. Not very pretty, but it works. All right. Right now, these two endpoints are curves. They went into a curve here, and this one is coming out of a curve here. We actually want to change that. So with our direct selection tool, we're going to mark key drag over these top 2 points only, and that's going to select both of them. Notice they're both lit up in blue. And we're going to come over to our properties panel, and we're going to see some convert options. These are smooth points already. We want to convert them to corner points. So we're going to click on that, and that made those, instead of being curves, they're straight line corner points, or we could go out to the right or up or whatever. All right, we need to add a tool to our toolbar, so we need to come down to the 3 dots down here, and then we need to find a tool that is called the join tool, and it is up here, kind of with the pencil tool family, that one we're already using, but here is the join tool. We want to take this and we want to drag it onto the pencil tool so it gets nested inside that family. And then we can hit escape to get that window to go away. So here is our join tool. The next thing we're going to do is join the open ends of this path right over here with this join tool. So with it selected, we're going to come over here and we're going to drag across the top 2 ends of the path and drag closer to the tip. So I'm going to drag like this, and then I'm going to let go. Hello, where's the result? Welcome back. I hope that this is going better for you than it is for me. I am honestly showing you the right way to go about this, but it is not working, and I've closed this file and reopened it. I'm using the join tool. I'm going right in here. Heck, I'm giving it all sorts of ideas, and it's still not working. So I want to prove to you that I am following the book, and more importantly, this is really the way the tool works. So I'm going to show you another video really quickly so that you see, just for like a minute here. So watch this.
Now I'll select all of them by pressing Control-A or Command-A on the Mac, and then I'll click and hold on the pencil tool midway down the toolbox here, and I'll choose the Join tool from the bottom of the flyout menu. Again, I stress that this tool is only available inside of Illustrator CC. Now I'm just going to paint over these overlapping segments like so, and Illustrator gets rid of them, quite remarkably, and fuses the 2 open paths together. Now, not only does this work when you have overlapping segments, such as the ones we saw a moment ago, it also works if the points are in close proximity. So, for example, if I paint over this area right here, then Illustrator goes ahead and extends that one path so that we have a nice sharp corner. All right, now I'm going to press Control-A or Command-A on the Mac in order to once again select my paths, and I'll just go ahead and drag over the top of these. Or, by the way, I'll press Control-Z or Command-Z on the Mac to undo that. I could also paint over this portion of the path. Just as
Okay, so it really does work, I promise. And it's not even a matter of is it selected? I did that, and I tried here, nothing. And it's a little frustrating. Even in the book, it says, know that you do not need to select paths to join them with the join tool. So in a perfect world, by doing this, it would have extended both of them up to their natural point where they come together like this, and it would have filled in with color and made a closed point. I don't know what's going on, but at this point, I'm too tired to care. I seriously hope this is working for you guys and it's just being voodoo for me. If you get it looking right, you're going to bring it over here in the campfire and you're going to arrange it and bring it to the front, and it's going to be this cute little thing. Unfortunately, that tool did not work for me. So I surrender. One last thing to cover before we're done with this chapter, and we need to go to Artboard 4. Before we move on, I'm going back to the Properties panel, and we're going to learn how to add arrowheads to paths. So we have 2 paths right here. We're going to turn these into some cool arrowheads. So with your selection tool, click to select the curved pink path on one side and then shift click to select it on the other side. We add arrowheads in the stroke menu, so we're going to come over to the word stroke over here and click on it. And down a little further is where we're going to see some arrowheads. Before we move on, let's change our weight to 3, so it just got a little bit thicker. And then in this drop-down box, look at all the different styles, and there are so many. You've got the pointy hand and all sorts of cool things. We're going to go with the style of arrow 5, and we're going to choose that. This is going to add arrow 5. And right below it, we're going to scale it. It's a little large. We're going to bring it down to 70%. Then on the other end, we are going to choose arrow 17. Got a little crazy with the scrolling, so this is kind of the other end. And this too needs to be scaled down to 70%, so it's not quite as big. You can experiment with other arrow pieces, the beginnings and the endings. You see there's lots of options, and the scaling. The alignment, you might want to extend the arrow tip beyond the end of your path, or you might want it to end right at the end of the path. So this one is ending at the end of the path. From here, we are going to change it from pink to white. Click away, and what a lovely logo we have just made by something that started as a simple line. So we can do a file, save as, and this is the end of chapter 6. Congratulations, through page 182, and I sincerely hope that the join tool worked for you. If I get it to work in class when I give this lecture live, I will share that video as well. So I hope you learned a lot this week. There was a lot to cover, but that gets us through 2 chapters.